Hello, Tracy. How are you?
We still have a few seconds.
Okay.
I like the music. Oh,
I
7
did.
o'clock.
That's our
Madam
tone.
President.
Okay. It's time to call our meeting to order. Would you please rise for the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, are there any additions or deletions from the board agenda?
Yes, Madam President, we have two. There will not be a presentation tonight, so action under Roman numeral 8 can be crossed off. And under consent agenda E can be also crossed off, as that was a unfortunate carryover from last year's agenda.
Okay, tonight we have some special recognitions, and that's going to be Jonathan.
At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we'd ask that you would join us in a moment's silence to reflect on the passing of Sarah Proctor, our second grade teacher from Justice Gage, a beloved educator, family member, and friend to many. And so please join us in a moment of silence. Thank you. Thank you. Also at this time, we would like to recognize two board members who, this is your last regular board meeting for the terms that you have served this district. To Mr. Jones and Mr. Groth, thank you so much. These are difficult jobs, and you have led this district well through some very challenging and interesting times in the years of your service. And on behalf of the board, the district, and the community, we have little tokens of appreciation. So I'm going to give Ryan this first. To honor your service to the Board of Education, your guidance and direction as a board member has strengthened the bond between the community and the school. Ron Jones, for your outstanding leadership, dedication to the students and staff at Dowagiac Union Schools. Thank you, sir.
Good. Is this where I give my farewell address?
You can give your farewell.
5 minutes?
2.
I want to thank everyone. 48 years in education, not all of them here, 6 different school districts, superintendent, principal, assistant principal, teacher, coach, and board member. But it's time to, well, as my wife said, you mean you're going to be home more now? I said, well, yeah, I guess. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you. It says the same because they've both done very good jobs, but the floor is yours if you'd like.
Maybe I won't stick my foot in my mouth like I do sometimes. So I know I haven't been on the board or in education as long as Ron, nor been as alive as long as Ron has been in education. He was, the superintendent was in school for a good portion of that time in the 90s. I never thought I would be on the school board of the district that I graduated from, and to be part of it when my son's in school. Fourth generation of my family, so I think that's pretty special. You know, I don't want to take away from anyone else, so I appreciate the opportunity, and from the bottom of my heart, go Chieftains.
Okay, now we're to the best part of the whole meeting, the monthly spotlights. They're our student of the month, and we're starting off with Union High School.
Good evening. My name is Kelly Millen. I'm the principal at Dowagiac Union High School. And it's my honor to present the November Student of the Month, Kirsha Grady. Kirsha is a sophomore student at Dowagiac Union High School and is the daughter of Rosemary Grady. Here tonight, supporting Kirsha is a very important person in her life, Jamie Wilson. When not at school, Kirsha spends her time working at McDonald's or as a cast member in the school's plays and musicals. Kirsha enjoys basketball and spending time with her family and friends. Kirsha was nominated by her choir director, Mr. Hunter Shore. It's my privilege to turn the podium over to him so that he can tell you more about tonight's honoree.
Yes, I'm Hunter Schur. I am actually Kirsha's drama teacher, but from what I hear, I'll be your choir director next semester. Let's go. Okay. Kirsha is just a blessing to have in class. She's a hard worker. Every room that she's in, she makes better being in it because of her determination to get things done and stay on task and just her positive mindset. When I saw the email, there were a lot of people that came to mind, but Kirsha was the first one I wrote down just because I just love having her in class. And she sets she's a great role model for her other students in class. She always pushes herself to try new things. She's always going for her best each day, and she's just one of those kids that you wish you had, 20 of them in every class because she's just the greatest. I'm really blessed to be her teacher. I'm really honored to get to coach her during the musicals and the plays, and I've really enjoyed getting to know her over these past 2 years, and I can't wait for 2 more, hopefully. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Shore. So each of tonight's Student of the Month will receive a certificate that reads, Dowagiac Union Schools, November Student of the Month. This one says, Kirsha Grady. The school board, administration, and staff appreciate your academic performance and mentoring of fellow students. Each Student of the Month will also receive a Chieftain t-shirt, says Student of the Month, with their name on the back. So congratulations, Kirsha. Congrats.
Nice to see you.
Hey, you know what?
Okay, next up is the middle school.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Dr. Whiteman, and we have the luxury of introducing our November Student of the Month, Balois Franco. Balois is an 8th grade student at Dowagiac Middle School and is the son of Balois Sr. and Imelda Franco, who are both here tonight in celebration of his successes. Balois says what he likes most about our school is the friends that he has made over the past 2 years being at DMS. He also says he loves his social studies classes. He said before he came here, he did not know a lot about it. However, he says he has learned so much and believes it will be very helpful for him as he goes to high school and beyond. Balois was nominated by Mrs. Mars, who teaches 7th grade health and media literacy at DMS. And Mrs. Mars had this to say about her nominee. I nominated Balois for Student of the Month for Dowagiac Middle School because he is the perfect example of what it means to be one of our chieftain heroes. Each day, Balois welcomes me with a smile and tells me to have a good night as he leaves the building. In class, he is conscientious in his work. He takes ownership for his own learning, and he helps others whenever asked, and he is an absolute pleasure to have in class. Whenever I see Balois in the building, he is respectful to his peers, to other staff, and also our building and taking care of it. I truly have enjoyed having Balois in class in the last 2 years and having conversations with him. I cannot think of a better student to be recognized. He is very deserving of this award. Balois says he likes to play video games in his spare time, much like his friends. His favorite games are Minecraft, Plants vs. Zombies, and Battlefield 1. He also enjoys using his PC to play games and enjoys playing on multiplayer platforms with his friends and other people around the country. Balois also says he loves spending time with his pet beagle, Biscuit. He says he's kind of like my little brother and is always around me and my dad. When asked if he had any advice to give any other students interested in wanting to become a Chieftain Student of the Month like him, he had this to say. I would tell them to concentrate more in your classes and get your assignments turned in on time. I also would tell them to focus in on school and stay out of trouble and make sure you're not acting goofy or distracting others in class. So on behalf of the staff and students at Dowagiac Middle School, we would like to congratulate Balois for becoming selected as our November 2022 Student of the Month. This is yours. Walk through and shake everybody's hands.
Okay, Justice Gage is up next.
Good evening. My name is Brian Henry. I'm principal of Justice Gage Elementary. Before I begin, I would just like to take this opportunity to thank many people for their support to the Justice Gage family, students, and staff included, and myself the past few weeks. I'd like to thank the Dowagiac Schools Crisis Team, classroom teachers throughout the district, and admin team. I would also like to thank many friends, the school board, and the Heritage Southwest ISD Crisis Team for their support. Everyone has been wonderful, so thank you. Now for the fun stuff. I'd now like to introduce November Student of the Month, Skyland Sweet, and the third grade teacher, her third grade teacher, Miss Carrie Fletcher.
Good evening. I'd like to congratulate Skyland Sweet for being Student of the Month. Skyland is the daughter of Brianna McCuddy and Nate Sweet. Skyland is a kind and caring young lady who comes to school prepared and ready to learn. Skyland treats students, teachers, and staff with respect and appreciation. Skyland embraces responsibility that is required to maintain progress in her schoolwork and goals. Skyland has scored as high as a 92% in math and 86% in reading NWEA assessments. She contributes to the success of our school and our classroom by being positive through her actions and words. Her participation within our class shows her engagement with material and motivation to learn. Skylin is kind-hearted and always willing to help others in our classroom and comes to class every day with a smile on her face. Skylin is a hero in my eyes.
Just have a few more things to add about Skylin. Interesting facts about Skylin. Her dad calls her Princess, and she has brunette hair, in case you didn't notice. She's a Justice Gage hero because she listens to her teachers, and she is a hallway hero. And she was selected as Student of the Month because she's not only nice to her friends, but she's nice to everyone. Congratulations, Skylin Sweet.
Okay, we have Sister Lakes up now.
Good evening. My name is Alicia Stout, and I'm the principal at Sister Lakes Elementary. And I have the privilege of introducing to you Alexis Zavalenta Cruz, and he is a third grader with us out at Sister Lakes. He is accompanied by his mom, Demetria Cruz, and his father, Francisco Zavaleta. And then his older sister, Giselle, is also one of our fifth graders out at Sister Lakes. And they have a dog in the family whose name is Daisy. So I'm going to let Mrs. Sepla, his third grade teacher, give you more information about him.
Welcome, Alexis. Congratulations. Many wonderful adjectives describe this young man, such as independent, reliable, responsible, helpful, honest, and dedicated. He is truly a chieftain hero. Alexis works very hard at his schoolwork. When an assignment is given, Alexis begins right away and tries his very best. He enjoys reading and is willing to try new literature. He also loves a good challenge in math. Alexis is a student who is super helpful. He is always there to assist one of his classmates with his challenge. He helps without expecting anything in return. Alexis is an amazing example to all Dowagiac students. Congratulations, Alexis.
Patrick Hamilton.
Good evening. My name is Nicole Conlon. I am the principal at Patrick Hamilton Elementary, and I have the honor and privilege of introducing Alark Angen, our third grade student of the month. He is accompanied this evening by his mother, Melinda Thomas, his father, Michael Angen, and his second grade sister, Ava, who is also a student at Patrick Hamilton. At this time, I will introduce Mrs. Eastman, his third grade teacher, who has nominated him for our Student of the Month.
Thank you. Alark is a very hard worker. He's always willing to help other people in our class and around the school. He's a friend to many other kids and an excellent listener. He's a very strong reader and is a growing mathematician. He's doing very well in multiplication skills that we're starting this month. And Alark said when he wants to grow up, he wants to be a hockey player. And his favorite thing to do after school is play with his sister. I was a little surprised at that one, but he says he also likes to play hockey and football. At recess, he likes to play football and different games that they've learned. I think one of them was octopus. He likes to play the octopus game. His favorite subject at school is math because he says it's fun. And his advice to other chieftain heroes is to be respectful to others. Way to go, Alaric.
Okay, now we have Kinchlow.
Good evening. My name is Ryan Zelo. I am the principal at Kinchlow Elementary, and I have the honor and privilege to introduce to you Lila Mae Caldwell. And she was chosen by her third grade teacher, Miss Jessica Gray. And she's asked me to read a few things that are awesome to say about what's going on with Lila here. Lila Mae Caldwell is the daughter of Elijah and Karen Caldwell, and they're here tonight. She lives with her parents and her two sisters, Grayson, who is in the 7th grade, and Viola, who is in the kindergarten. Lila Mae has 3 dogs, and it's Shooter, Tuffy, and Banjo. Did I get that right? Oh, cool. At home, Lila Mae likes to play horses and tag with her sisters. She also likes to play on her tablet and is involved in cheerleading. In school, Lila Mae's favorite subject is math. Really? That's awesome. She loves solving math problems. She also loves PE because they do lots of fun games in there. Lila Mae is a shining example of what it means to be a Dowagiac hero. She is always focused when doing her schoolwork and puts forth her best effort. Lila Mae is also very respectful to her classmates and is willing to help anyone who needs it. Mrs. Gray has enjoyed watching her grow into the lovely, confident, and sweet young lady you see before you. Congratulations, Lila Mae, on being our Hero of the Month.
Okay, so now we're going to take a 10-minute recess, and I know a lot of you won't be coming back after pictures, so I just wanted to say we just got to get through this week here, and looks like we're going to have a white Christmas, and from the board, we're wishing everybody a very Merry Christmas, a happy holiday season, and be safe. Thank you.
Sorry, you just have to.
Okay, we're going to go back into session here, and do we have any correspondence this evening? No? Okay, hearing of citizens? No? Okay, informational items. We have a student representative report this evening. Welcome.
Hi there. So, some information that we have to share is last week the band and choir had their holiday concerts.
The wrestling defeated Niles in front of a packed house during the first black and blue rivalry at SMC.
This week, students and teachers are showing their holiday spirit by daily events. Also, students showed their spirit by giving to local needy families with gifts. So we thank all the students for that, and we want to give a special shout out to the Rotary, Student Senate, National Honor Society, and Miss Sprague and Mrs. Stanger for organizing these events.
For the Toys for Tots drive, the fire department has picked up all of those donations. Thank you to all of those who participated.
The girls basketball won their SMC showcase this past Saturday, defeating Riley South Bend.
Boys basketball is playing at home this Tuesday, while the girls play on Thursday at home.
January 18th, wrestling will be hosting a quad. This will also be the senior night for the wrestlers.
Exam week is the 18th, 19th, and 20th, with the 20th being a half day.
And the high school students and staff wish the board members, superintendent, assistant superintendent, and the community a very happy holiday season.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for your time.
Nice job. Thank you for coming. Okay, we're going to move on to Stacy for the finance report.
It is recommended that we pay our bills as follows. General fund, $1,064,809.55. Food service, $152,198.22. Capital projects, $10,962.96. And activity, $15,389.50.
Okay, and we have an athletic report now.
Good evening. Here to present the fall athletic report and beginning into our winter sports season. This year was obviously a year of change, as we talked about in the summer, and I gave the last spring report. One of the things I've noticed, I think if those who came to events, it's the right fit for us. That was pretty evident in many of our sports. It was a competitive balance that we needed, especially the way our district is going, and it's definitely the right fit. We were competitive in most all sports, and the ones we weren't, we're closing the gap, and that's a commitment that we will make. We had 168 athletes that participated in the fall. That's 31% of our MHSAA count. So almost, I don't know, 1 in 5. I'm not a mathematician, but that's pretty close to that. Soccer won the school's first ever conference championship. We had 26 all-conference athletes. We had 5 all-district selections. Soccer player Alex Hernandez earned all-district, all-region, and honorable mention all-state via the Coaches Association of Michigan for Soccer Coaches Association. So that was impressive for him. Girls golf, Rebecca Guernsey is the 3rd state qualifier in school history. That's 3 years in a row we've put a girl into the state meet. So Coach Turner's got quite the program working there. She finished in the league. She was the 3rd best scoring average in the conference. She was the top scoring average for a public school athlete in the conference. I like to mention that every opportunity I can. And with that, girls golf was academic All-State, and that is for the countless year in a row. I'd have to look back to find out the last time they weren't. There's no coincidence of the success on the course is matches the success in the classroom. Also earning academic All-State as a team was volleyball. They had 3 individual winners, Isabel Deering, Lila Elrod, and Callie Wimberly. Now on to the winner's season. Our students just took some of my thunder that I had down, because as I say, the black and blue rivalry on the mat is the first year we've done that and hyped it up. It was out at SMC with the connections with the programs with Coach Hessen, longtime Niles coach, taking over the SMC program. Coach Barant was a wrestler and a coach under Coach Hessen at Niles. That's how this came about. And so we will continue this. Hopefully it was a packed house. It was a great atmosphere. It was those over there, I'd say it's rivals any regional that we've been in or any of that. It was fantastic. This past Saturday, girls basketball was at the SMC Tri-State Holiday Classic, which, as Josie said, we beat South Bend Riley. I think it was 46-21, something like that. We took care of business. And also on Saturday, Chieftain alumni update. Congratulations to Caleb and Kaylin Murphy for winning their 2nd consecutive national championship while members of the Ferris State football team. That's quite impressive. They need to, when they come back, we definitely need to recognize them. Caleb as well, individually, he finished 2nd in the Harlan Hill Award, which is the D2 Heisman Trophy. He finished just 2nd as a defensive player. That is quite impressive. He won the Gene Upshaw Lineman of the Year Award. He was the GLIAC Defensive Lineman of the Year. He's sure to be a 2-time consensus All-American. He's the top defensive player in Division II football. And he is proud to be from Dowagiac. He mentions that anytime. If you watch any of the game, he talked about going to high school here. So we're honored for them, congratulate them. They are great chieftains and represent our school and community. So if you guys have any questions along those lines, I know I went pretty fast on it, but if you have any questions, I'm more than happy to answer.
You mentioned the good fit, and I agree. Has there been any talk yet amongst those schools about adding any more schools?
Yes, we are in a spot. We're in a good spot. Could be better spot, and not the perfect spot. But we're in a solid spot where we have formed scheduling conglomerates with the SAC, the Southwest Athletic Conference. We schedule with them for basically all middle school sports, girls golf, competitive cheer, bowling, even though we don't offer bowling, but Brandywine does. Well, we offer it, we just don't have a team. I should say that. And what we're working for is more of a scheduling conglomerate where right now they're at 18 teams in their league, which we will hopefully at one point either look to join as a mega league, or teams will defunct in our area that we have talked to, Jonathan and I have reached out to before, such as a South Haven, a Coloma, Waterville Elite, where we could have a powerful 8-team conference right in our nest of the woods, or neck of the woods, I should say, sorry. So that is, we're in a holding pattern. We're not standing still. There's feelers out. There's many connections, working some things. So, and many of our non-conference opponents, if you notice or if you know, are with them. So that'd be a nice permanent home. Any other questions, concerns?
I was just going to comment. I know Brett and I were at the SMC meet last week with our kids beating Niles, and it was awesome being a former player, and Niles was one of our rivals playing football, and some of the kids on the Niles wrestling team actually went through Dowagiac for either as students, their parents were students, or had played youth athletics for us, and some of our kids also the same. So it was actually really cool, really awesome, and unfortunately my son didn't win, but he still had a good time, and I think it was awesome. And I know Coach Lyle may agree, and it was awesome that Colin ended up beating his brother. He was filling in for the Niles head coach. So it was really cool to see, and it was a great atmosphere. I hope we continue to do those type of partnerships with SMC. And the one thing you didn't mention that I thought was really cool our girls basketball team is the only Michigan team to win at the Tri-State tournament on Saturday. You know, that team from the other part of the county didn't win, so it was nice to see that.
I was trying to be modest.
It's okay.
But no, absolutely. And circling back to football in the fall, the very first home game where we had the military appreciation night, that was a fantastic event. I got calls throughout, people I didn't know, alumni I don't know through who couldn't make it but live in different states. The flyover went viral. It was the members involved with it from the branches of the military were extremely appreciative. It was a fantastic night. Just something we'd also look to find a balance on it. You don't want to do everything, every game to be an event, because then it becomes watered down. So we want to keep things special, but we obviously want to keep promoting and doing what we can when we can. Also, I don't know if you guys got it yet, but I shared the SWOT report for the winter with Jonathan. That has been a positive thing he and I have been working on. We'll go over it with our coaches for the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, trouble areas. If you've received it and you have any questions, or if you haven't received it yet, let me know. And if you have any questions regarding that or concerns, feel free to reach out to me at any time. So.
Got it. Yeah, I got it today. Oh, okay.
I beat the deadline, though.
Yeah, you did.
All right, if that's it, you guys have a great Christmas. Terry, Ron, thank you guys for what you've done for the community, and go Chieftains.
Thank you. Okay.
Superintendent's report.
Oh, I missed you. I'm so sorry.
That's fine. That's fine. Just quite a few positive things going on I thought I would share. The last 2 weeks have been really just terrific musical performances through our elementary K2 music programs held here at the PAC, and as mentioned earlier, the middle school and high school bands and choirs. I actually made it to 4 out of the 6 due to some scheduling conflicts on a couple other evenings, but all were well attended. The students did a terrific job. Our staffs are doing great things. Lots of positive comments from community members and parents, so kudos to our music teachers throughout the district. It was also very interesting that there was a combination, during the events, there were combination groups, different groups of students from different choirs at the high school singing together, but also really interesting, the Southwest Michigan Brass Band performed here during our band performance, and then did I think it was the closing song with our high school bands. So it was really awesome to see just the stage just packed with Southwest Michigan band members and our own high school students performing with them, and it was great because the kids could see that music doesn't have to end at the end of their high school career. They can continue pursuing something they love within the community for years to come.
How did that come about? Is there Dowagiac people in that group?
It was a combination with the Southwest, with SMC's music professor. Would that be a correct statement? Yep. Working with our folks, organized that. So
wow,
it was
very nice.
Really neat event. Yep. And let's see, our 4th graders at Sister Lakes had a sock drive to help for Helping Hands of Cass County. That's something they've been working on. Fire safety has been going on at Sister Lakes and Kinchlow with our local fire departments aiding in that. And it's great to see our first responders giving back and helping our students through safety education. Justice Gage had their PTO craft night last week, if I'm understanding correctly, and that one it was a huge success. They're also, tomorrow is their end for a food drive they have going on. Their goal is to collect 1,200 items. And Mr. Henry said they're very close, but the drive ends tomorrow if you'd like to help get them over the top. The elementaries held the first time since COVID. Grandparents and Special Persons Day this fall. Those are always great events. And Santa's Secret Workshops have been going on. Those are well received and very helpful for our students. I wanted to share something. We work very closely with the Heritage Southwest ISD, and one of the initiatives we have going on is the idea of enhancing our social workers, counselors, and behavioral interventionists in skills dealing with students' behavior and mental health issues. The ISD staff has expressed their appreciation of our efforts and our commitment to this, and noted that we are leading in the county, and they appreciate the time we're dedicating for our staff and PD and just continuing this process. So kudos to our support staff in that area. Our high school Interact Club held their induction ceremonies in mid-November. The Interact is the student version of Rotary, so it's a really neat event to see our students making connections and looking to lifelong skills being developed. Also, the National Honor Society held its induction ceremony. In addition, the NHS held a blood drive where 25 pints of blood were donated, which will help save up to 75 lives. And let's see, Mrs. Cromer's 7th grade English class wrote letters to veterans, Christmas letters to veterans in the local area to in assisted living homes, and they sent 800. So I thought that was a pretty neat activity. Mrs. Gears, our DMS STEM teacher, took our first ever Michigan robotics team to their first competition on December 19th. And part of the first tech challenge, it was held in Coloma. They did an amazing job. I stopped by and saw, I wasn't able to make it to the competition, but I stopped by and saw the robot, and it's really neat to see what our middle school students are working on and competing on. And they did very well for the first ever event. And so we're looking for good things and growth out of that. And that's what I had for tonight.
Wonderful, thank you. Okay, we're going to move on to our action items, consent agenda. I need a motion to approve A through D.
I, Terry Groth, make the motion to approve items A through D as listed on the consent agenda.
Support.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Okay, now we have old business. If we could have a motion, please.
I, Terry Groth, make the motion to accept the second reading of the new/revised/replacement board policies as listed.
Support.
Yep.
Yes.
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 Yep.
Yes.
Okay, a motion for approval of the purchase of a maintenance plow truck.
I, Terry Groth, make the motion to approve the superintendent's recommendation for the purchase of a plow/utility truck for the district as described.
Support.
Yes.
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 Yep.
Okay, B, a recommendation of expulsion, student Y20004862.
On a roll, I might as well do it. I, Terry Groth, make the motion that student Y20004862 be expelled through the end of the 2022-23 school year with the conditions recommended by the superintendent.
Support.
Yep.
Yes.
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 Okay, now we need a recommendation of expulsion for student Z20000184.
Okay, fine, I'll do it. I, Terry Groth, make the motion that student Z2000, I think that's all the zeros, 184, be expelled through the end of the 2022-23 school year with the conditions and options recommended by the superintendent.
Support.
Yes.
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 Yep.
Okay, now we need a closed, motion to go into closed session, please.
Okay, why don't I just go for the trifecta? I, Terry Groth, make the motion to go into closed session under Open Meeting Act 15.268, Section 8A.
Support.
Yep.
Yes.
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 Yep.
Yes.
Okay, we're adjourned. Or closed session, going into closed session.